It's time to talk about these games. Now, big one here of the week. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Philly continuing to look dominant. I mean, James, this is going to be a true test for the Buccaneers, who, like you alluded to earlier, certainly are dealing with some injuries. What are your thoughts on this game?
Bucks by 20. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. It's gonna be a really tough game. It's gonna be a really tough. No, it's gonna be a really tough game. I mean, it's the defending Super Bowl champions. I mean, they're undefeated. So the Buccaneers offensive line is still kind of made of Swiss cheese. So look, man, this is the realest test they've faced so far, by far, in my opinion. I mean, look, when you're playing against the defending Super Bowl champions who are also undefeated, it's not going to be easy. Even if the Bucs were fully healthy, it wasn't going to be easy. Now, whenever you factor in, hey, they're still going to be without their starting right guard, their starting right tackle, probably Mike Evans in this game as well. Yes, if Wirfs and Godwin do come back, that certainly does help. You're also without your star defensive lineman in Kalijah Kancey. So there's a lot to consider here because the Eagles are a lot healthier than they were the last time they played the Bucs as well. A.J. Brown is still going to be in this game. Lane Johnson is going to be back in this game, as well as some of the other pieces that they had. So, you know, for the Bucs, it's just playing mistake-free football, getting after it. One just fun thing for you guys, I don't know if you guys saw this, but they did bring back Desmond Watson to the practice squad, the 400 plus pound defensive lineman. He's kind of slimmed down a good bit. Yeah. I think he's in the high 300s now. So he was brought back to the practice squad and everybody was like, oh my God, they're going to do the thing. They're going to get Vita Vea and Desmond Watson out there to stop the tush push. I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily know if that's going to happen. I hope it does, because that visual will just be insane. But it's just playing as clean a football as you can and maximizing the overall efficiency in play going forward. And look, Todd Bowles has had a pretty good record against the Eagles recently. They've won the past couple of times they've played the Eagles, be it in the playoffs, regular season, whatever it may be. So if they do win, number one, I want to say this, like, that goes from the Bucs being a pretty, like, just a solid, capable team to, oh, wow, this is a very, very legitimate football team, right? Not only are you 4-0, but you'd beat the defending Super Bowl champions. That would be insane. However, with that being said, I do have the Bucs losing this matchup. I think this is the one where the injuries just unfortunately are too much for the team to handle. And quite frankly, the Eagles are probably the most complete team in football right now.
James, keeping it real with us, has his Buccaneers losing. Clay, let's go on over to you. Do you also have the Buccaneers losing?
I do, unfortunately. I think this game's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be one of the games of the weeks for sure. Baker Mayfield is just playing like an absolute savage right now. The rookie class for Tampa Bay looks scary good. Here's the problem. The Eagles don't let you play your brand of football. They run it down your throat with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. They suffocate you by ball control, right? They're averaging damn near 160 rushing yards per game. But for Tampa, the one thing that they do have going for them is that their defense hasn't allowed a 100-yard rusher all season. So, again, if that streak can hold, this game stays tight. And with Mayfield, you always get this sense like he's got like one more crazy game-winning drive in him, because that guy is absolutely a savage right now. I just think that Philly's the better team. They're the more deeper team. If it comes down to execution late in that game, give me the Eagles, because I feel like they're just more efficient over Tampa Bay right now. But I could see this game being like 30-24.
Berto, let's go down to you. You're going to make this 3 of 3 for Philly?
Such a toss-up for me, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers rank 6th right now in the NFL in rushing. And they've held, like Clay said, no 100-yard rushes on that defense just yet. You shut down Saquon Barkley. You put it in the hands of Jalen Hurts and company. I think you can get to Jalen Hurts in that offense, take them out, specifically A.J. Brown. I want to go 31-28. But I don't know if it's the Bucs, though. I think the Bucs will find I'm gonna go with the Bucs because I think they'll find a way to win this game. Come hell or high water, I think they'll find a way to squeak it out, man. So give me the Bucs on this one.
Wow, Berto, the first one here, who's going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Philadelphia Eagles. TJ, are you going to make this an even split, Philly and Tampa Bay, or are you going to be 3 out of 4 for Philadelphia?
I got Tampa winning this football game. I'm not impressed with Philly. I'm just not, man. Like, Philly aren't like world beaters. They winning these games, but they're not like just beating the brakes off teams. They played the Cowboys, won by 4. They played the Chiefs, won by 3. You know, like they barely squeaked out a victory versus the Rams. The Rams pretty much dominated that game until some special teams blunders pretty much cost them the game. I think that Tampa can beat Philadelphia. I really do. I think they can run the football. I think that Philly has been susceptible to the run over the last couple of weeks. And the offensive coordinator, it took everything in him to try to lose that game until he realized, hey, I got Jalen Hurts. He can use his legs and his arm. So, man, I think Tampa can win this game. It's hard for me to just sit up here and just look at Philadelphia like this unstoppable force, man. I think that Tampa can possibly beat them as long as they don't turn the ball over and they run the football. And if it comes down to some late game heroics, we know that Baker Mayfield is capable of it. So I got Tampa.
Wow, Tampa Bay Buccaneers for an even split here heading into week 4. Let us know your thoughts about this game in the comment section below. But guys, let's go ahead and let's transition on into the next game. Clay, you guys are coming off of a big win here. The New England Patriots coming off of a game where they shot themselves in the foot with 5 turnovers, 4 of which in the second half. Let us know your thoughts on this game. Do you have your team with back-to-back wins?
It's going to come down to, I know your New England Patriots. It comes down to, making Drake May's life hell, right? I mean, I think the kid's the real deal, but your offensive line is like a leaky faucet. I mean, y'all have allowed 12 sacks in 3 games, but they've got to dial up pressure. They got to keep May uncomfortable, make him regret growing up in North Carolina, no pun intended there. But again, the Patriots also pass defense ranks 29th in the NFL. Bryce Young doesn't need to throw 400 yards. He just needs to keep building with Tedero McMillan, taking care of the football each and every week. We don't need to get cute. Don't abandon the run. Let Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle do his thing, right? I felt like we started using Rico Dowdle the correct way, the way we need to be using him all along. The bottom line, I think the Patriots, they're not the Falcons. They've got some bite to them, all right? They've also got, but they also
what a cheap shot.
Oh, and if the Panthers play with the same bully ball edge that they had, I think they could steal this game as long as Bryce stays clean. The defense forces May into some costly mistakes. But I'm going to take my team right now. I said until proven otherwise. You do what you did to the Atlanta Falcons. It makes me feel like we can go in and win this game. I know this is a get-right game for the New England Patriots. At least y'all guys feel like that, possibly. But I feel like the Panthers can win this game because we definitely would like to get back to 500.
Berto, let's go down to you. What are your thoughts about Carolina Panthers heading to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots?
Tough place to play in that atmosphere there in New England. And one thing I know about your coach there, Mike Vrabel, he's a no-nonsense guy. And I know he's probably pissed at the performance from last week, especially with Drake May. So I look for him to get things corrected. And what better opponent to get right than the Carolina Panthers? Sure, they're coming off a very emotional victory over my Atlanta Falcons. And by some regard, that might be a morale booster or a confidence builder to go forward. But this is a Mike Vrabel-led team that is tops in the league in sacks. And we all know what sacks translates to with Bryce Young, and that's turnovers. And I think that can happen aplenty on Sunday. So give me New England in this matchup versus the Panthers.
TJ, let's go on over to you. Who you taking?
I'm going to go with the Patriots in this game. I think the performance by the Carolina Panthers was really inspiring. I'm pretty sure it can motivate guys, but I just think that you have a bunch of young guys on the team and they still have to learn how to go through the motions. There was a very emotional victory, shutting the team out. And I think maybe they'll come in with a little bit too much confidence. And I think if you're the New England Patriots, turn the ball over 5 times. Mike Vrabel, he pays attention to detail. He's still a really good coach. I think he'll have those guys ready. So I'm gonna pick the Patriots.
James, we're going up on to you. Are you going to make it 3 out of 4 New England Patriots? Or are you going to split this one in half? Ride with TJ's hot hand and take the Panthers.
Patriots in this one. I feel like Vrabes is just a really good head coach in terms of just getting it done, getting his guys rallied up. And I feel like that they will do that in this scenario. But Colby, I want to hear from you. Do you think the New England Patriots are going to win this one? And are you going to make it 4-1? Or are you going to have 3-2?
Might have the tables have turned. Go ahead, Colby. Talk your shit, bro.
Look, I got to take the New England Patriots in this game, too. I do think that this is a trap game. I said this even before the season started, but this team does have to get right. By all aspects, the Patriots should have won last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers by multiple possessions, but they shot themselves in the foot. Drake May's looking really good. He's top 5 in passing yards. He has the second best completion percentage in the league, and that's despite the offensive line and weapons really not looking all that good. Also, his accuracy on plays that are not screen passes or to wide open wide receivers is 4th best in the NFL right now. So he's playing really good football. You're hoping to get Christian Gonzalez back in this game. Pass rush didn't show up last week, but Milton Williams is 2nd best pass rush win rate amongst interior defensive linemen. If they can get Bryce Young outside of the pocket, force him into making some bad decisions, then I think they can definitely get away with this win. They're going to be motivated by those 5 turnovers too. Also, Patriots are one of the worst teams. Actually, they're the worst team in the NFL at home. That is the last thing that Mike Vrabel said he wants to do and establish with this team. So I think they're going to be even extra motivated this week.
Wow. So you heard it here first. Colby has the Patriots. All right. Shout out RotoWire.
Now let's get into this next game. We got the Washington Commanders, the Atlanta Falcons. Not sure if we got Jaden Daniels in this game yet. Berto, maybe you know a little bit more about that one.
Yeah.
Maybe as the injury report, goes on. Yeah. But they are nonetheless coming off of a big win against the Raiders. Berto, obviously you're getting blown out against the Panthers in week 3. You need this win.
Rightfully so.
Where you get right.
Oh, my God. We have to get right. I mean, shit. Talk about a game where your backs are against the wall. Look at the Washington Commanders. But it's an emotional return also for who? Dan Quinn, former Falcons head coach, knows a thing or two about this Falcons organization. Obviously, the reunion with him and Raheem Morris. I'm sure they'll have a midfield moment, if you want to call it. But to the game at hand, this is a must-win for the Falcons. We have a bye week right after this game before the stretch of games gets a little bit tougher for our squad. So needless to say, the Falcons need this W on Sunday to go into the bye at least at 2-2 and stay within competition in the NFC South for the NFC conference as a whole. I expect this team to bounce back. There's no going backwards. You can only go forward in this one. Realistically, I'm going to still take my goddamn Atlanta Falcons. Sure, Jaden Daniels may not play, but just because he doesn't play doesn't mean it's an end all for Washington. We saw Marcus Mariota just run all over the Raiders, but then again, it is the Raiders, of course, and they might be without one of their main targets in Terry McLaurin. We might be short A.J. Terrell. Of course, he might miss out this week, but still, that Falcons cornerback group did a great job against these has-beens at wide receivers for the Carolina Panthers, but that's neither here nor there. That was a matchup from last week. So moving forward, still give me the Falcons 24-21.
And TJ, let's go on over to you. Are you also going to take the Falcons to get right?
No, I don't think they're going to get right. I think the Washington Commanders are a really good football team. They're well coached. You should know that, Berto. I mean, the coach.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Look, man. Oh, Dan Quinn, the slogan king. Embrace the sun.
Hey, he brought y'all somewhere that y'all didn't go many a times, and that's the Super Bowl.
No. Kyle Shanahan got us there.
I mean, he was the head coach, but at the end of the day,
still it was Kyle.
I mean, if I have to choose between Dan Quinn and Raheem Morris coaching a football game, I'm choosing Dan Quinn. And I just think the Commanders are a better football team, man. I think that they got better kicking. I think they got better kicking, and I think they got better kicking. And this game is going to come down to kicking field goals. And John Parker Romo up in here with me, the limit that he is, I don't think he's going to be able to kick that ball through the upright. So I got the Washington Commanders winning this game in a close one. Probably going to be the game of the weekend. I ain't going to lie.
TJ is going to take the Washington Commanders. James, let's go on up to you. What team are you taking?
I got the Washington Commanders. Look,
James.
Dan Quinn, look, he was a guy that took the Falcons to the Super Bowl, regardless of whoever you want to give credit to. Berto, I mean, he also made the NFC Championship game last year, so I guess that was just Cliff Kingsbury. I give
no credit to Dan Quinn.
Ever? Oh, okay. I mean, so it's a Dan Quinn revenge game. It's a Marcus Mariota revenge game. Because remember whenever they benched Marcus Mariota for Desmond Ridder? That was a fun time for the Falcons. Yeah, look, be it Jaden Daniels, the reigning offensive rookie of the year, or be it Marcus Mariota, I agree with TJ where I just quite frankly think that Washington is the better football team. And I think that they are going to have a solid game against the Falcons, where the Falcons, they've got more questions than answers right now. That just feels like a fact right now. So, I mean, they're firing coaches. They might be going on their third kicker at some point if things don't change soon. So,
brother,
I know that's what you should be saying.
No, thank you.
All right, Clay, we're going to kick it on over to you. Are you going to make this 3 out of 4 for Washington?
The Commanders' defense is going to make Penix look like he wants to be elsewhere once again. And then it doesn't matter if Daniels or Mariota, they'll be setting up the points on the board. And again, the Falcons will be back to square one, trying to figure out who should be under center. But if they actually use Bijan Robinson correctly, they actually might keep it close. But, Raheem Morris sometimes forgets how to, I guess, do that, or tells his coordinators how to use them. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't know. But I'm going to take the Commanders. I'll even give a score prediction, 29-22.
We got one more game to get into, and we're going to kick this one on over to TJ because the Saints are taking on the Buffalo Bills, who are riding absolutely hot so far this season. TJ, what are your thoughts?
Oh, man. TJ,
man, can we just skip week 4? You know what I'm man, my goodness. Saints not gonna win this football game, folks. I'm sorry, man. Look, I know I'm the Saints representative, but I can't lie to kick it, man. I just can't lie to kick it. This team is not good enough to beat.
No pun intended, TJ.
They're not good enough to beat Mac Jones. Why in the hell would they beat Josh Allen? I'm just saying, man. We seen Josh Allen erase a 15-point deficit in 4 minutes. It's going to get ugly, man. The Saints don't have enough horses in the barn. And I think they're probably going to try to do everything that they can, fight hard, battle. But they're just not good enough, man. And Buffalo is just a good football team right now, man. They played one of their worst games last week versus Miami, and they still won. Like, they showed you in 3 weeks that they can come back from behind. They showed you that they can beat the brakes off you and also have their worst performance and still find a way to win. Case in point, it's going to be ugly, man. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be frustrating, but I think the Saints will probably fight a little bit harder than they did against Seattle. I think they'll probably clean up some things, but it's still not going to be enough. I got Buffalo winning this football game. Man, just hang in there, Saints fans. Just hang in there. Hang in there, man. Hang in there.
TJ, should they watch this week? Should Saints fans watch this week? Or is it one of those things where it's like, you know what, just go hang with your family, look at the box score later, move on to week 5?
Yeah, man. Just put something on the grill, man. Get yourself something to drink, have a good time, and on to Cincinnati, as Bill Belichick would say. On to Cincinnati.
Damn.
Let's go on up to James. James, who are you taking in this game?
Dude, I want to take the Saints so badly, but I can't do it. Like TJ said, I can't even do it for fun. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. Reigning MVP Josh Allen. We talked about the Eagles earlier being one of the most complete football teams. Well, the Bills are right up there as well. I mean, they're literally expected to be a team that is competing for a Super Bowl, whereas the Saints are a team that is expected to be competing for a number 1 overall pick. So I've got the Buffalo Bills in this one, and I don't necessarily think it's going to be a particularly close game.
All right, Buffalo Bills, 2 of 2. Clay, you going to make it 3 of 3?
I'm just going to be short and sweet. Bills 31, Saints 16. There's just no point of diving into it.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, because the Bill, here's the thing. Josh Allen is one of those quarterbacks that feast on bad teams, and the Saints are just serving themselves up on a silver platter to him.
Berto, let's go down to you. Are you going to make a 4 of 4 Buffalo?
Oh, man, it sucks, man. But, yeah, everybody's already touched on so many great points, man. It's unfortunate, man. Yeah. I would love to see an upset, man. I would love to see TJ on here next week talking his shit about his Saints in some positive way. He's just going up against a buzzsaw like the Buffalo Bills, man. It's just tough, man. You guys are over at Buffalo playing on the road?
Yep.
Even worse, man. So yeah, man, it's going to be Buffalo. I'm not even going to give a prediction on a score, man, because it could get ugly. It could get ugly. Not uglier than what we fucking put out last week, but it's going to be ugly, man.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL.